So a few months ago, this programmer from Poland named Maciej surprised us all and released something called Scrabblecam, which is a program that allows people to take a picture of a Scrabble board and then transcribe it into a digital format. So if you want to take a quick look at what this looks like, you can take a picture or upload a file, and some demo here. For example, you click here and it automatically turns it into a physical board. And we thought this was super cool. So we went ahead and created an integration with Woogles, and we want to show you guys how you can use this in your own tournaments. So if you open up Woogles on a phone, you can scroll down to Board Editor, click on that, and then click on the button to add an annotated game, and then click on the Scrabblecam button to be taken to Scrabblecam. So in the Scrabblecam interface, then you can enter both player names, you can enter the game language, and the unplayed tile penalty mode, and then you can either click to upload a picture or to actually take a picture with your camera. In this case, I'm going to upload a picture that is saved on my phone, but you could also take a live picture of a board in a game that you just played in a tournament, for example. So how does the annotation interface work? It's actually very simple. You just swipe with your finger. You swipe with your finger for every play that you or your opponent has made. So you can see here how I'm swiping through the first play, Gin. So since I know my leave, I enter it here, R and a blank. So I do R question mark. And then my opponent played Withy to respond to it. Scrabblecam is not perfect yet. It actually missed a few letters here, mostly due to the camera glare, but it is very easy to insert the letters that it missed. So I just click on the board and I click on the missing letter, and then I just type in with the phone H or Y, for example. So to enter a blank, it's actually not too tricky. All you have to do is long click on the square where the blank is. Just hold your finger on top of it for like a second, and then you can get this entry field. If you're on a computer, you actually have to double click it. But on a phone, you just have to long click it. So I'll go ahead and just add my blank here, and then I'll add Josh's blank for his next play. So you can just continue swiping through the plays like this. You swipe from left to right, or right to left, or up to down, down to up. It'll always get your whole play if you start and end at the right tiles. For the play afterwards, I actually played a phony. I played Mazey, so I have to actually edit the play that exists in the board on this this vertical play and then swipe through it. So as you saw in the video, all I have to do is just click on each letter and then backspace with the iPhone keyboard and then just enter the right letter. It's a little bit, there's no like easy way to do this. I mean, we found out that this is probably the easiest way. And then we click on the challenge button. We say that it was challenged off, and then we re-enter the old play that used to be there, Algae, which Josh played. And we always swipe through it to like mark it as the last play. So if you want to exchange or swap tiles, you just click on the swap button, and then you enter the tiles and you enter how many you've exchanged or which tiles you've exchanged. At this point, you can see that I played Astasia's. It was a very lucky draw, and Josh happened to challenge it. So I can click on the challenge button and say that it was a failed challenge. And as you can see, we can just keep swiping through tiles and entering the rack leaves that we do know, and then continue through the game that way. And we'll speed up the video a little bit here and get to the end of the game so you can see how you finalize it. So we click the finalize button to end the game, and we enter the opponent's last rack. But as you can see, we actually messed up one of the turns. The GCG file format requires a rack for every event. So in the turn where Josh challenged Astasia's, we actually need to enter a rack for him. I can't deduce this just yet. So I'm just entering, you can enter any rack, but I'm just entering the rack that he had when he played Rugas. And then I can finalize it for real and then enter his last rack, and then everything should be fine. All right, so we're done annotating the game. So all we have to do now is just click the send to woogles.io button. This will take you back to Woogles, where you've enter the last couple of pieces of information that it needs, which are just going to be the lexicon and the challenge rule. And finally, you click that and the game has been imported into Woogles, And you can now use the editor to go through all the turns, analyze it turn by turn. And we are about to come out with a feature where it'll actually analyze it for you. So you can imagine that you can upload your game and then you play your next tournament game. And then by the time you're done, your previous game has already been fully analyzed. So that's coming soon. So in the meantime, please enjoy this feature and let us know if you have any questions or comments.